Hi, I'm Stephen Majors with the Alliance for Regenerative Medicine. I'm joined today at ARM Studios by Boro Dropulić, who's the Executive Director of Caring Cross and the CEO of Vector Biomed.
Correct,
So,
yeah.
Boro, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I appreciate you spending time. A little bit about Caring Cross. We're a 501c3 nonprofit, and we're focused on enabling affordable access to cell and gene therapies. We're comprised of scientists and business folks that have been in the gene therapy space for decades. And we got together with the idea is how can we crack this nut of this problem that we have at the moment on affordability and access. And we do this in a number of ways. One is that we focus on creating innovative technologies, low-cost workflows and manufacturing for CAR T cells initially, but also for stem cell gene therapies, by lowering the cost of the workflow itself, making it very simple and robust, but also the materials. And to address the issue of vector cost, we created a public benefit corporation, Vector Biomed, that produces lentiviral vectors at half the price of our competitors in order to really accelerate and enable, because key for enablement is a lower cost. And then the other thing that we do is we're very much proponents of point of care manufacturing, making the products locally or in a decentralized manner, and that significantly reduces the cost when you couple it with simple and short manufacturing processes. So we're working with multiple clinical sites, both here in the US and overseas, in order to bring this point of care manufacturing of products, not only through clinical development, but ultimately to commercialization as well. And thirdly, what we do is we make the medicines themselves. There's no point in having a manufacturing workflow and a distributed point of care without having something to initiate that workflow. So we have our own CAR T cells for leukemia and lymphoma, for multiple myeloma, and stem cell gene therapies for sickle cell and beta thalassemia, all in the works.
Great, thank you. And then in terms of Brazil, how did you choose Brazil as a place to go try this out? And then what have you learned so far in Brazil that you think is applicable in other countries?
Absolutely. Well, that chose us, actually. They have a great need to be able to manufacture and develop these cell and gene therapies themselves, because the products that they would get from overseas would bankrupt the country. Mm-hmm. And they have each patient in Brazil have a constitutional right to get access to the therapies. So they're very much in need to be able to take on these technologies, right, and be able to manufacture. And we were the ones that provide not only the manufacturing process for the CAR T cells, but we're providing the manufacturing process for the vector, for everything that they need to manufacture there locally. So we've partnered with a non-profit organization called Fiocruz that is fully supported by the Brazilian Ministry of Health, and this is funded through the Brazilian Ministry of Health, to technology transfer all that we know, so that they can manufacture these products locally at 1/10 of the cost, for a total cost of about $35,000 a dose, and where the patients themselves, through the public health system, will pay little or nothing for the therapy. So that's and we're replicating that around the world. We're in discussions with several parties around the world in a similar format. Again, tech transfer, enable local countries to be able to manufacture these products, and we're in a good position to do that, mm-hmm. because we've been around for 20 to 30 years, mm-hmm. In the field. We're very happy and delighted with the present state of our collaboration. It's very smooth. They're very knowledgeable, and they're taking on our training in a very speedy way.
And then how, in your view, how many years out are we from having widespread availability of CAR Ts or gene therapy, for that matter, in low and middle income countries?
Yeah, I think within the next 5 years, we'll see a lot of ground gained, right? Mm-hmm. So I think the next 5 years will ground, but it will take time. If you're looking at countries like in Africa, where their regulatory framework is developing, it's going to take longer there, mm-hmm. right? So some countries will be sooner. Brazil is very sophisticated, mm-hmm. so I think it will go faster there. I think we're planning to have an approved product in that 26, 27 kind of time frame.
Great. And then do you see room for collaboration with some of the established biotech companies, larger biotech companies that are also trying to promote access in markets outside the US?
Absolutely, we would love to do that. I'd love to be able to create a way of working together where pharmaceutical companies and the larger companies can move their products forward, get reimbursed. But also we create a situation where those that can't get access today, we find mechanisms like a hospital-based manufacturing network for those that are, say, on Medicare or Medicaid who aren't getting access right now, can get that access to these therapies. So that both ecosystems can work right together in order to provide all patients these care.
All right. Well, Boro, thanks so much for being on ARM Studios.
Yeah, thanks very much.